Hello everyone and welcome to another Friday stream of me, Izzy. Um oh, sorry about that. That's not good. That should fix that. Or at least this should. I believe we had a bit of an echo there. Sorry about that. Hey Azet, welcome. I will be streaming some more Bastion today. Yay! Really like this game. I know that at the moment Hades is getting lots and lots of love, which is from the same makers as Bastion from Supergiant Games. They've made also Transistor Empire, which are two games I really adore as well, and might even stream at some point. But yeah, the Hades is getting so much love. I was like, oh, let's be a bit different and let's do some Bastion instead. I had already started last week, so I will be continuing from that point on. And with that being said, let's start up the game. I just hope everything will run smoothly today. Last time was the first time using my capture card and there were a bit of stutters here and there, so let's hope it doesn't do that this time around. And we'll just continue with the story. Ah, that looks fine. Woohoo, that's great. There we go. So, for those that do not know Bastion. Oh, hey Adam Muffin, thank you for resubscribing. Last time we played, we connected a few more cores to the city center and we met Zolf, our little buddy over here. Made some friends with a squirt. And of course we met the narrator. Is there no sounds from the game? At the moment it should be whistling from the game, but oh wait, it might be me. Yeah. There we go, now you should have sounds from the game, but at the moment they're very, very quiet, because it's just some birds whistling and stuff. I had forgotten I had
much to say.
turned that off for a bit. There should be
Kid
sound
says
now.
hello.
Normally?
Self's lost in thought.
Because yeah, the sound from this game does deserve to be heard. Darren Korb is the guy that did the soundtracks for every single Supergiant game so far. And he has done an amazing job at it. Let's just continue straight away with the next core.
No use praying to the gods these days. No time for it either. Kid says a little prayer anyway. Couldn't hurt, right?
Probably not.
Folks used to make pilgrimage here to pay their respects to Pith, the bull.
One of the things I love about this game is how this world generates around you when walking around.
And the orchard core, it's long gone too. Pith Orchard. Place is a dead end in more ways than one.
There is a narrator that tells most of the story, yes. But apart from that, it's definitely RPG slash action RPG nearly even. Well, no. Yeah, a bit. There's quite a bit of fighting and stuff going on. There's proving ground levels, and the rest is mostly a narrator telling the story while you walk along and you find things and
Seems
people.
Pith ain't much of a watchdog.
And you can destroy a whole bunch of stuff. Oh, we found a
The
plushie.
gods don't care about trinkets, but the kid ain't
A
no god.
memento, machine-stitched likeness of the god of commotion and order. As the people of Caledonia grew more self-reliant, they grew less fearful of their gods and turned them into commodities. Sounds about right. Oh, and there's a kid here. I'm sorry, kid. Save you from your suffering.
Pith stood for something once. Something real. In time, though, the bull stopped being a symbol and started being decoration.
And there's a little bit of exploration of mostly items that you can use to upgrade your weapons. You get multiple weapons to choose from, but you can only take 2 with you in a level. Some levels do have an armory where you can switch your weapons.
Pith makes a decent
You have
scarecrow, at least.
one special ability you get to take with you. In the case of the one I've picked
Then
is
Pith lights up like a rodeo.
meaning I have little squirts to help me out.
Ain't easy to
And fight for me.
hide.
Noble, you're not there.
Kid breaks him to bits. Must have been guarding that shrine. So what'll it be? Invoke the gods? Or tell them off?
So throughout the game, I will be finding gods or idols of gods, and I will be able to build this temple in my Bastion as well. And here you can choose to invoke one of them, or multiple even, to actually make the game slightly more difficult, which can be nice. So Pith, the one we've just unlocked, is God of Commotion and Order. If you invoke him, foes shall grow quicker to move and to strike, meaning they will be more problematic. The wakeful bull, patient yet temperamental, adorns the city walls with his likeness.
Pith.
And if you invoke one of them, the foes do indeed get stronger, but you also get more XP and more currency that you need for other stuff, so you always have that choice.
Well, if the gods are alive, they must be plenty sore.
Some of them are less problematic than others. Invoker telling, yeah, basically. You can either... Ow. Can you not do that?
Kid ain't never seen windbags that quick. Maybe old Pith put a scare in him.
I don't like those kind of thingies. Problematic. And now I don't have any healing potions anymore. That could become problematic as well. Especially if that one comes alive.
sacrifice himself for the likes of Pith.
And if you die, you only have a certain amount of chances to revive. So you really do need to be careful with this game, because if you die too much, well, you get to start all over. At this level, at least.
The kid passes Pith's trial, and he's richer for it.
Rolling like any dodge roll in any game, not necessarily just Dark Souls. Dark Souls does indeed use that as well. But yeah, I have a dodge roll I can use, which I should probably use a lot more. Here we go.
Kid ain't found a core, but at least
I
he
can
found
fall off the
precious
map as well,
shrine.
which is kind of annoying. Won't kill me instantly, but it will plant me back onto a platform and take a bit of my health away from me.
Now we can build a shrine of our own, though I got some alternatives in mind.
But there should have been a core there, and I didn't see any core, just a temple, so that's a bit weird. Zulf, ask Zulf about the plush toy from Pith Orchard. Would you like to hang on to this? The Ura people worship the same god as us after all.
Zulf doesn't touch the thing. Says the god of commotion is no children's toy.
Kinda has a point. Gods are definitely not a toy to play with, mess with.
The Ura feared the gods. We turned them into toys, put their faces on our walls.
Well, Zulf is part of a race called the Ura, whereas both the kid and Rux are a different race, whose name I've forgotten, unfortunately. Bad me. Oh, apparently I completed
The Menders.
some more.
They had thankless jobs, the most important kind. The Gravers, the arm of justice. They seemed unstoppable.
Nice. Completed some of the smaller these. Other toys game, what are you telling us? What kind of toy? I'm not sure if it means necessarily that a god is a toy, but their people made toys out of the gods because they did not fear them. Whereas the Ura, the other race, did definitely fear them, which is why Zulf doesn't want to have anything to do with the toy.
The Langston River flowed free and wild till the calamity drank it all up. Maybe all that water just grew wings and flew
So I
off.
guess you could say that somehow the race that both the kid and Rux are part of became very much overconfident and decided that the gods are no longer something we should fear.
Riverbanks swarming with
Maybe
windbags.
that's why the calamity happened in the first
They're
place.
so bent on finding the
This
core,
whole
they
world
hardly
has been
noticed
ravaged
kid.
by a certain calamity, which made it so that, well,
Lucky
we're
for
seen
him,
as
the
all that's
certain
left in
famous
the
ferry
world.
barge is still afloat.
Little floating islands.
Weepin' Nelly. She sends some squirts crying home as she leaves port. Maybe Nelly knows the way to the core. Maybe she can slip right past all the clamor on the coast. Or maybe not. A security skiff pulls up portside. Nelly's just another windbag to those guns. Just then, the windbags notice who she's sailing with. They're pretty steamed about what happened at Cinderbrick.
I'll have fun with my little squirt. Thank you very much. It's busted up automatic and then
They try to cut her off.
Fire at me.
They try to slow her down.
Ow, 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 ow.
They try to knock her out.
Yeah. They're gonna get me thrown off my little boat, aren't
harder.
they? Yeah, that was too close.
Try as she might, though, she hits a snag. Kid's gotta help her get untangled.
I'll turn down the game volume because it seems to have gotten a bit louder than it was in the beginning. Sorry about that. Every game, unfortunately, is slightly different when it comes to volume, and it's a bit annoying. Oh, it's better now. And I also sometimes talk a bit too softly. I'm sorry about that. Hey, we found an arsenal, but I do like the combo of weapons I have right now, so I'm not gonna switch it up for now. Why am I so soft? I should be at the same volume as always. There we go. It's fun to see that enemies attack each other as well.
Then the kid hears an unusual sound, like a
Hey, Grant, thank you for the resub.
Peckers.
How are you guys, by the way? Go away! Go away! Leave me alone, you stupid birds! Where do I need to go now? Because I did get the core, so do I need to go back?
They've been watching us.
Yes, I do.
They had their own eyes on the core.
Your arm hurts. Did you get your second jab, or did you do something else weird with your arm?
Just yet. He finds Weeping Nelly raring to go. Turns out she's got a special surprise for when the waters get rough.
Oh, they're mine now. Okay, that works.
Crafty things think they're king of the roost now. Rest of us only wish we could fly in times like these.
But friendly fire is a thing, apparently. That's problematic. Because that fire still hurts me.
Security skiffs keep on.
Yeah, second jab. For me, I had the same as the first jab, just some pain in my arm, and that was about it.
As long as they hit something. The windbags are getting even better idea.
There's the bottles.
They aim to smash Weeping Nelly to splinters.
Ow! Give me a bottle of drink.
They don't know the kid's just trying.
Aw, why does your heart hurt enough? What did you do this time?
Well, it all proves too much for poor Nelly.
You couldn't use your arms for 2 days after the first. Yeah, okay, that might be slightly problematic and annoying. Go away! Leave me alone! Why am I going so fast all of a sudden?
Stop.
Bonk. Ow! Can we not?
Solid ground.
That was
Seems the calamity ain't hurt the Peckers' appetites.
yeah, and not being able to use your arm for 2 days, that's annoying.
They want that core real bad.
Your face. Yeah, exactly. Face is perfect to break through barriers, right?
Might be they want it just as bad as a kid. choose them off, knowing they'll be back.
Go away, you burbs.
Know
I
how
don't
many
like you.
times
I
Kid
don't
nearly
like your
fell off
kind.
a barge back there? 3 times.
Mm. And yes, the game does tend to sometimes use your face to break through things, or
Now,
you
listen
know, when you
close.
land
You
on
should
the
remember this next
platform where
part.
your level starts, you just go plump face first onto the ground, which is well, basically a belly flop but on land.
Why go to Prosper Bluff?
Ooh, immediately go on to the next area. Prosper Bluff. Because of course we
Used to
just
take an enterprising
decided
hand
to
before
go
beginning.
through a random hole in the
Venture out
ground.
that far.
Because that has to be safe, right?
The city was the most beautiful place in the world. We all knew that.
Are you gonna open up for me or not? No, you're not. I definitely need to go this way. Switch! Are you gonna do switch? Are you opening up?
But on
Yes,
the
you
other
are
hand,
opening up the
some
door.
folks just yearn
Good.
to see the things they're told they can't.
Oh yeah, these purple
And
flowers, they
that's
were
why you go
annoying
to Prosper
because
Bluff,
they
ain't it?
are poisonous and make my view go all woozy.
There the kid hears something he ain't heard in a long while. How's it go again? Yeah, that's the one.
The song that is currently playing in the game is one of my favorite songs of this game. This game has multiple weapons. I personally don't really like the gun that is in the game. Most of the melee weapons have my preference in this game, to be fair. Gonna fly. I don't like you, poison. Go away. Face plant. Ow.
Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry to interrupt. Yeah, that wasn't too great. If any of these open, I have a whole bunch of squirts on my hand. Yeah, that one time dying I just did, I only get to do once more before I have to restart this level. I believe, judging by the music, this is actually also where I'm gonna be indeed meeting a new friend. I really don't like these burbs. Skybridge! Faceplant! Because yes, in this, every time you use one of those Skybridge, you faceplant! Woohoo!
Well, no point explaining what happens next, right? Suffice it to say, kid ain't coming home empty-handed. And besides, it's like the song
Yay!
goes.
We found her. This character here is one of my favorites. The
They'll be
singer,
here before too long.
also known as Zia. And the song that was playing throughout this whole level is actually a song that
We
she
darn
sings.
near celebrated when the kid got back, didn't we?
No, Zia,
Zolf
Z-I-A.
never thought he'd see a fellow Ura again.
And she's also Ura.
We become fast friends. Calamity has that effect on people. But there was more to be done. There was one last core to find.
Well, let's first put the core in that we've got
Kid's
now.
surprised when I tell him there's only one core left. I shouldn't have believed it either.
There we go. That last core actually made it possible to build the last building as well.
Most of the Ura never got a taste of Ceylondia's fine goods, unless they were born and raised in the city like Zia here.
See? Zia. Not Sia.
Sure, the world's all gone to pieces farther than the eye can see, but leave it to this gal to point out the amazing view. Girl tried to run away from home one time, but the marshals stopped that, didn't they? So many
The journal.
secrets in there, and she can't even read it. Her father's own journal.
Well, to be fair, if you go to the edge of this world, there is quite a beautiful view to see. Look at all around us at the bottom. But most of the world did get kind of a bit destroyed by the calamity. So yeah, that's
A
no good.
scientific journal written in Zolf's native tongue. He learned so much from it. Too much.
So Zulf knows what's in the diary and he does not share, which
If
is kind of
only I'd
annoying.
known half the secrets of the calamity were tucked away in that book, I'd have worked to translate it right away.
And we can build the shrine.
Behold, the Pantheon.
So yeah, here I can invoke the gods. I have to decide I got no like Sylph, not a team play. I'm not a big fan of him either. Like I said, my favorite will forever be Zia, because, well,
He ain't all that shy.
he makes gorgeous music. I'm partial to those kind of characters. Which is also why after this I will be streaming Transistor, which is not a super giant game, and the main character there is Red, and she's a singer, and I just love that game. Let's try with bards. Bards are awesome. Smut bore a
You
rifle.
want
The
to
rifle
tune
is
a
always
scrap
better.
musket, you
I have
start
no
with
idea.
the barrel.
So, like I said, I do have guns. Let's go here. Arsenal. I got a scrap musket, and I've got the Fang Repeater, which are bullets. Oh well, Fang Repeater is short bolts, more likely. But it works like a gun, as in you have to reload every couple of shots. Breaker's Bow is the third ranged weapon that I've got unlocked, and I have the machete and the hammer as melee weapons. And then, yeah, I use the machete most. Yes, yes, yes. And we have some special here, which are only, most of them, you need a specific weapon to actually be able to use it. I just like the squirt lure, because I like the little squirts. They're adorable. I can even pet mine. And then he does that. Whee! Can make him all too dizzy.
Come on, give the little tyke a break.
Yeah, I've known a few too many Bard players that stick to the I've never found a problem. I can't sleep my way out of the idea of being a Bard. Yeah, okay, that might not be the best way to deal with a problem. True. Yeah,
Squirt cider will
that's
toughen
all
you right up.
set.
Too bad about the musty aftertaste.
I wanted to quickly check one more thing before continuing. Next level, we also have a little lost and found here. Which basically, from what I understood, are stuff that I did not find while playing the level.
All it takes is some fragments, and the Bastion makes it good as new.
That's also a nice one to have. Let's get those so I can upgrade my weapons further. Stapsin, that's a great name for a drink. Yeah, right, isn't it?
We all lost loved ones in the calamity, he says. I don't know how I'm gonna go on without mine. I tried to let the kid down gently. This is the Bastion, all right. Except no one else showed up.
From what I understood so far, and from my first playthrough as well, the Bastion, where we are now, is actually supposed to be the place where everybody gathers at the moment of a calamity, of something bad happening, and is like their arc, or however you want to call it. I don't like the idea of that one. No, not that one. Well, ill. And with these thingies, I should be able to upgrade my weapon further.
Ain't never letting go of his old friend with a sturdy grip like that.
Stab with arrowheads, 50% damage or damage over time. I do like the
Kid
idea of
packs a
damage over
special
time.
surprise in every one of those arrows.
Heavy bolts.
That ought to make those fangs sink
More
in
damage is
nice
always
and deep.
nice. Plus 1 blades per throw, a special mechanism that launches hidden blades from the grip. That sounds weird.
War
I just
machetes
go
are
for
so
100%
quick, you
crit
gotta keep
damage.
a good grip on them.
Oh, that's good. Doomsday shelter, yeah. Yeah, basically it's just some kind of a doomsday shelter. You could see it that way.
The marshals learned
Dear.
to pack those shells full of fire.
But like Rux just said, the kid is the only one that showed up, basically. And now Zulf and Zia, because I found them.
We tracked the final core
At the
below
shrine,
the
I could
city
have
to the
invoked gods,
wild.
which will then increase the difficulty for the next level. So those are ways to actually... Rux is the old man. He was there already when I got there. He was the first one to get there. He's also the narrator you're hearing.
The wild unknown. Place can eat a man alive. Place is so raw, even the calamity couldn't
Like,
cook
you
it.
don't like... Yeah, but
Not all of it.
listen to his voice. He's the one that's talking all the time.
You
There
know
we
what's better
go.
than having a slinger pistol in a fight? Having
The only
two.
gun I actually like in the game. The dual pistols.
Savage things lurking at every turn.
I don't like the flower. Exactly, he's back at the Bastion. How does he know what's going on? Can't we trust it?
Pincushions
If he
ain't
wasn't
the
at
worst
the
of 'em either.
Bastion, we would not have all the help we have now. No! Ow, 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 ow. Exactly. I can stand at a point where none of their shots hit me. I hate these flowers so much.
Pecker's got the core, like they're building a bastion of their own. The welcoming committee scrambles to attention. Didn't expect the
So
kids
we
so
have a
soon.
core over there, and that's the core that we need. Ow! Ow! Go away! We don't like
They
you.
shouldn't have let their guard down.
Yay, we found another core.
Getting that core was one thing. Getting out's gonna be another.
And now we need to get
He
out.
digs his way out of the clearing, but the wilds won't let him go without a fight.
Oh, can't go there. Hi. Go the other way.
Wallflowers survived.
No.
It toughened them up. Same goes for the kid.
Every single plant
Best
here
take it
hurts
real
you.
slow and
It's
finish
out
the
to
job.
murder you.
Slinger Jawson's old outpost.
Let's
is all
stick
that's
with
left of
this, with the pistols.
him. By now,
Ow!
he's
Ow,
got
ow,
that
ow,
means
ow, 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 ow,
stab.
ow, ow, ow.
Ain't no easy way out of this mess.
Exactly. Yeah. I don't like you, super flower.
Good thing
There we go.
pincushions can't see where they're shooting. Ain't no easy way out of this mess.
Fun to see that every time I add a new sound to sound alerts, for some reason it decides, let's play it twice.
A handful of windbag shipments made it out this far.
What, the sound scares you, or the fact it played it twice? Yeah, I've had it do that before, and then I just... Basically, next time I have my sound alerts on, it stops doing that, so...
Pow gives a wallflower a taste of its own medicine.
There we go. Bye-bye, flowers. Stop trying to murder me. Do you like it how these other flowers, they light up when I walk close to them? They're so pretty. You're not pretty. You're an annoying bird. Go away.
Kids roused up half the wilds by now. Kid's faster than a slinger with those guns.
There you go.
Then kid gets the feeling he's being watched. Not by me, by a lunkhead.
Being watched by a lunkhead.
And lunkheads ain't fond of two-legged animals.
Oh, wait. Are those creatures? Yeah, I think I remember those. I need to be getting behind it if I want to murder it. This is gonna be fun! Hopefully he gets distracted by my squirt. Nope, but if he's still focused on me...
Sees a smooth black stone coughed up by the calamity. Be seeing plenty more.
If I can distract him with my little squirt, then either or if he keeps focused on me, either my squirt can hit him or I can hit him.
Hardly any signs of the old Jocelyn camp.
There we go. It's those I needed to hit in the butt. I'll like to go there apparently. Oh, health potion. Thank you.
The wilds already reclaimed this place.
Not two of you.
He's anxious to get back.
Yay, we made it through.
He's got the final core. His journey's over, right? Well, no, it ain't. Not by a long shot.
Zia shares Zulsura ethnicity, but unlike him, she was born and raised in Calandia. And Calandia is where the kid and Rux both are from, as far as I know.
Kid knows something's up when we ain't there to give a warm welcome. See, Zolf and I were just wrapping up a heated discussion. Zolf can barely muster the words. The calamity failed, he says, but I will not. And with that, Zolf leaves us here, alone.
Grunt, I think you were right not to trust Zulf. Fractured monument. Evidence of Zul's rage against the Bastion. Something brought out a flash of violence in the man. He attacked Rux and severely damaged the monument, then fled in anger. Well,
Zulf
why would
cursed
he
the
do
city,
that?
cursed the Bastion, cursed me, said he was going home.
You're right, what exactly did
When
Zulf
Zulf
do?
got through reading that journal, he just snapped. Started smashing up the monument till I tried to stop him.
Zulf, what the heck is going on with you? Why would you do this?
Zulf banged up the monument pretty bad. But there's a way to put her back together. The shards. We're gonna need all of them to nurse the Bastion back to health.
So we found all the cores needed, but now we need to find some shards as well. Okay. Something greasy. Oh, I don't have enough coins. Oh well. That will be for next time we come back to the Bastion then, I guess. Let's go to the next
The city
level.
brought the shards to the wilds. Now the kid's gonna bring them back.
Shard detected in Bug. It rests somewhere in this fetid, overgrown marsh known for driving men mad. Okay then. I guess we're going mad.
After Zolf's little episode, kid sets off in search of shards.
So we now need pink crystals.
Johnson Bog. You'll get lost in that bog, I told the kid, and I won't be able to guide you back.
Oh, we'll try not to get lost then, and stop face planting me.
Well, I let him go. What else could I do?
Ow!
What could any of us
Face
do?
planting hurts, game. Why you do these? Yeesh, this place looks...
Ain't no easy way out of this mess. Hurt the Bastion bad.
This place looks meh. Okay, I guess we'll take the plank down here.
But the shards can make it better. They're like smaller doses of the core's medicine. Shame the only place to fill that prescription is out here in the wilds. This place is intoxicating.
That wasn't supposed to happen.
Don't know where he's gone. Might be gone for good for all I know.
So we had found the shard, but the game decided, nope, you're not getting it just yet.
Wherever he is, it's somewhere I've never been. Somewhere I never want to go.
Okay, it's scary to move when it goes all dark, because, like I said, if I fall off, I can actually fall off the map.
The dead welcome him with open arms.
People, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be killing you, because you're holding me back. And somehow it looks like the calamity turned most people into stone.
It's a lonesome ghost of a gas fella.
Come on. Go away already. Don't like you guys.
What do you say to a kid who's seen too much?
Hey, there's Sylph again. Surrender. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Now the kid sees something stranger still. Did anybody else survive? Sure enough, he finds peckers, lunkheads, wallflowers, pincushions, vine apples, swamp weeds, ankle gators.
Oh, that lunkhead just jumped off the map. Okay, that helps me, I guess. Sometimes enemies do that. They just fall off the map, saving me a lot of trouble.
Now the Bastion can send him even farther into the wild unknown. Kid sets foot inside one of Ceylondia's famous watering holes.
Most of the places it's showing me right now are places I've already been.
He has the nerve to flash the shield he stole. The security's just met the straight.
But I guess that's the gas that was around the crystal that is making him go back to stuff he's been at already. destroy each other. There we go. One more.
Kid succeeds where the calamity failed.
Now let's see. Yep, there's some more coins here.
Would you look at what he did to poor old Rondi, the bartender? Proper story is supposed to start at the beginning. It's so simple with this one. Now here's a kid
And we
whose
went
whole
all the
world's
way back to where
alright,
we started, which
snoozing
was
there,
floating
rocking
around.
the sky. He wakes up. I'm just fooling. He sees what's left of the rippling walls. Years of work undone in an instant. He sees what's left of Pith, the bull.
Hi, Plush. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're hallucinating here, because, I mean, all those plushies around us, floating in the sky.
He sees what's left of his lifelong friend.
And we are fighting ourselves right now.
His friend, he's come undone too. He sees what's left undone.
Where are we now? Where am I supposed to go, game? I just took wood, place wood. Oh, making a... Sounds like he is taking a piss while singing. I don't think so, but he just has a very, very low voice when singing.
Thought we'd lost him, but he finally comes to.
There we go. Now you get to grab the crystal shard, I'm guessing. Yay! Got it.
The shard ain't lost either. Not anymore. Now to find a ticket
And
out
now
of this
we...
hole. Bootlickers stick their nasty thorns into his heels.
Those I don't like either. Oh yay. Lots of coins.
You ever heard of a lung blossom? It's bigger than the stories say. The breath on that thing, like a scumbag sprung a leak.
This is so painful. Luckily, those pincushion flowers are murdering the tall guys for me, so I don't have to deal with those. And having that squirt around is just very handy, because a lot of enemies will focus on the squirt instead of me. focus on the
They
big
say
idea.
one whiff of lung blossom can make you lose your mind.
Go away. You're annoying.
Well, a
There
kid
we
prunes
go.
it down the size somehow. Mother only
And we get
knows
to
what
take the
happened to the
Skyway
bugger.
back. Yay!
Kid never much cared to speak of it.
We got to get out of here with the short. Won the serious challenge. Try invoking more idols at the shrine. Yeah, because like I said earlier,
A
the idols
shard
at the
is like a
shrines
poor
are indeed
man's
the way
core,
to make the
but
game a bit more
beggars can't be
challenging if you
choosers.
don't find it challenging enough yet.
That's it. A few more shards like
I
that,
have to admit
and
that
we'll
I
be back in
barely ever do
business.
that because I just want to enjoy
A
playing
single
a game.
shard
I
can
don't
breathe new
necessarily
life
want it
into
to
this
be
place.
hyper difficult or anything. Don't really care about that too much.
The shard's got enough juice to spruce up any of these places. The arsenal's complete, in case we need protection.
Not interesting.
Want to stay alive in the wilds. Pack a pair of pistols and a good blade.
And now I should be able to use this. Ammo capacity, bullet scatter.
Takes a lot of moving pieces to make a dependable
Let's go for slightly
sidearm.
more ammo, and there are some more weapons I will be unlocking throughout.
Now, whale ale ain't made from real whale, but it'll make you strong like one.
You have
Never
anything
could
to
ask
say?
for a song.
Okay, on to the next one.
The city tried to use
So
the
we still
shards
need
to
quite a
stake
few
out
more
the
shards.
wilds. So much for that plan.
Rotha's Lagoon. Folktales say this is where the legendary ankle gator queen resides. Well, that sounds maybe problematic because an ankle gator. I mean, I'm not so sure that's something I want to come
Ankle
across.
gators used to roam the wilds, and they nested at Rotha's Lagoon.
It sounds
Many a
like
tale
creatures
folks
that are
used to scare
very,
their
very
children
likely to,
straight
you know,
originated here.
bite your ankles. Go away, stupid flower.
All kinds of beasts what don't know up from down, still lurking about.
And yay, we got a level up.
These beasts, they don't like company.
There you go.
Only the
Sneaky
city's
decoy.
brushers knew their way around the lagoon.
I don't want to use a sneaky decoy.
Even the brushers learned to fear
I mean,
this
it's
place.
funny to use because they will attack the decoy, which is basically. Sneaky decoy is basically the game putting down a scarecrow version of the kid, which will distract the enemies. Which then makes it easier for you to get away.
They used to think that ankle gators were extinct.
Ah!
Well, they ain't. One of them's been living in the tall grass. They called her Queen Anne.
like you. Go away. Should
The
we follow?
lagoon's got plenty of other dangers, of course.
There we go. Let's see. Where to next?
Turns out Queen Anne got a hold of a shard. Ankle gators love shiny things.
There we go. So the creature that we just saw popping out.
Know what smells worse than an ankle gator's breath? The stinkweed.
Try not to get hit by whatever is coming out. Oh, what's here?
Ain't time for pecker hunting, but the kid can't resist.
There we go. Full health again. Always good to have
Can't
full
fight
health.
Queen Anne without the proper tools. The brushers use their pikes to keep their distance around here. Now the kid can do the same. They say you can't hurt an ankle gator unless it's raining. And it ain't raining. Sharp sticks make Queen Anne nervous, so she backs off a bit.
There we go. What's over here? That one's easy to get rid of. Put it-
Those pin cushions been living off the ankle gator's scraps.
Go away here.
Queen Anne can't fit down some of these narrow paths.
Queen Anne it's a weird name for a gator, I think.
Queenie
Not
leads
sure
the
who
kid
came up
into
with
some
that
kind of
idea, but
twisted trap.
I
One bad step in that tall grass and he's Queen Anne's lunch. Bad idea.
Ow!
Fucking gator grass.
That's
He holds his ground. Seems the queen's running out of options.
yeah. So going into that grass is dangerous, but
Still no sign of the shard.
let's keep this spike for a bit longer. Oh wait, I was gonna change this one back to my squirt though. I just love my little squirt. Hey Amat, how are you? Hope you're doing alright. Oops. Yep. There we go. Good to hear. Well, it's good to hear that people are doing good.
The closer you get to an ankle gator's lair, the thicker the tall grass grows. Kids gotta make a
Go
run
away.
for it.
Ow!
Gator's right on his tail.
There's a gator. And we have a long cat as well.
Queen's got one mean bite.
I'm alright. I mean, as good as it gets at the moment. Still having some trouble with my feet being absolute meanies, but hey, what's new, right? Which is why last Wednesday I decided to just kidnap my boyfriend and go to my favorite place. Which actually did me some real good. I'm feeling good enough to stream again as well, so that's always good.
Queenie must have scared a bunch of peckers out of hiding.
Let's kill this stinkweed.
Seems even stinkweeds know
Ow!
to stay away from the queen.
Oops, that was not quite intentional falling off the map there. I did not see the hole in ground there. As you can see, running through these grasses here is something you need to do fast, because else you're gonna get murderized. By apparently something called an ankle gator.
Ankle gators don't much care for their young.
We just found
That's
an
why
egg
there ain't
of an
many
ankle
around.
gator. Not so sure if she's gonna be happy about me grabbing that.
Wanna know how to find an ankle gator lair? You use
No.
a kid as bait.
Well, gee, thanks. Use me as a bait, will ya?
Now she's coming for him. She's got nowhere else to go. The shard's sitting in plain view. He's got it, and now to finish her off.
Skirt, can you distract her? Okay, so that's the strategy. Let her get close. And then stabby stab! With her stabby stab.
She's starting to get annoyed.
Ah! Come on. Come on. Come on. I'm over here. Why are you staying away from me?
And now he's made her mad.
She seems to be distracted by my skirt. don't have any potions to get my squirts back, so I'm gonna need to be very, very careful now. Because one hit and well, two hits and I'm dead, and I only have one more health potion.
Rest in peace, Queen Anne.
Hey!
I was for the
We
brushes.
made it! There we go. Queen Anne is dead. Queen of the ankle gators. Where do I go now? Oh, that way. Okay.
Kids done what needed to be done.
Well, we did get our shard here as well, so that's good.
Queen
That's very,
Anne's
very
reign
good.
is over. We even got a crown jewel.
Oh, there's a little new house over there. What's this? And yes, we face planted again, as usual. What's this thing? We've got a mailbox. There's nothing in there. Okay. That's kind of sad. Ask Zia about the massive egg from Rotha's Lagoon. Do you think an ankle gator could be
That
tamed?
gator's a crazy gal, but so's the gal who promised to look after her.
Oh! And now he follows me. Aww. He stays on the ground though, so it's
Oh,
kind of
she's
weird.
cute now. Just you wait. They said Queen Anne was just a folk tale. Now there's living proof she ain't.
Now we have a little guy following. Aww. That's actually quite adorable, the fact he's following me. Uh,
To fix a
do that,
brusher's
do that.
pike, you just need a good length of knife
Still
bark.
missing at least two weapons, maybe even three, it would seem. I'm sorry, I'm not a fan of that. You played Bastion, did not like it. Hmm. No, this is my second. I've already finished it once before. Really enjoyed it, to be fair. But, hey, that's just me, so.
If you're feeling low, count on the buttery flavor of our own Bastion bourbon.
I love the narration of the game. I love the music a whole bunch as well. Nothing over there. I've always just, well, loved Supergiant games in general.
Oh,
So
his
that
manners ain't so bad.
maybe makes me a bit biased as well about the game. There is no sequels to Bastion. There's only one. Only one Bastion game. Every single other Supergiant game is a completely different new story, including the game that's trending quite well right now, being Hades. They've also made Transistor and Pyre, which in their own are also very, very different games from this. Their art style is still very present. The music is made by the same guys. Um, I would not say that they're similar in game appearance and gameplay. I mean, Hades is definitely a roguelike. Transistor, maybe, but then again, not. Even in appearance, I mean, yes, the art style is similar, but Bastion, which is this one, has the cartoony post-apocalyptic feel for me. Hades is very Greek god-inspired mythology. Transistor is cyberpunk inspired when you look at it, and Pyre is high fantasy almost and is a sports game. Hey, Truish! Long time no see. Thank you for stopping by, and I'm alright. How are you? Do I think you may appreciate any of the others if you didn't like this one? I think it really depends on what kind of game you like, because every single Supergiant game is in a way different. Like I said, Hades is very much a roguelike. Whereas Transistor is more towards the action RPG. What I really loved about that game is, well, story I loved definitely, but also the fact you only have one weapon to use and you put upgrades on that to be able to use different attacks. Pyre, on the other hand, is totally out there because it's sort of a sports game, but sort of not. It's Pyre is a bit difficult to explain, to be fair. You're doing really well. You had to get a new PC because your laptop died. Ooh, that's no good. That's never good.
Finders
Uh,
keepers.
I really hope my laptop will hold out for quite a while longer because I don't have the money right now to buy anything new if that would be needed. Oh, right. I still needed to use my shard at the monument.
All that trouble for a single shard. But you know what? It was worth it.
Use the shard to upgrade the forge. Or you should have been okay, but the battery expanded and cracked, the case opened, and it started going downhill. Oof, I've had that happen with a laptop before as well. And the moment we saw the case starting to open up a bit, it was like, okay, we're never touching this one again. Because that's really not good if that starts doing
Ain't
that.
saying
Because
much,
then,
but
yeah,
that's
your
the
battery is
greatest
just
forge in all the city.
fucked, basically. Yeah, batteries can actually explode when it starts doing that, so good thing you noticed and
The
actually
next shard
did
should be farther
not
out there in the
continue
wilds.
using it. Ah, Point Lemming. The laptop that happened to me was one I barely used anymore. It was an old one, so it was just laying there not being used. And
Know
the
how
moment I actually
celebrated
wanted
it
to use
became
it
the richest
again,
city in the world. 2 words.
it
Point
was like,
Lemaine.
why is my laptop this like almost twice as fat as it should be? And looked on the side and was like, okay, yeah, we're not even trying to start this one up. You like the art about Bastion, not the narrative nor the combat system. Okay. The combat system is
If the
fairly
wilds
simple,
could
I
ever
guess.
be
The only
tamed,
part I
it's
did
gonna
not like
happen right
about it the
here.
first time around is that once you pick up a new weapon, it forces you to use that one for a while instead of the weapon that I like using, which was kind of annoying, but you're gonna enjoy the sun a bit and play some fun. Well, that's fine, Damav. Go outside for a bit. It's
But
always a good
now,
thing to do from
the
time to time as
greatest
well.
outpost past the
You
city
should
line
probably do that
is
more
nothing
often
but
as
a freak
well.
show.
Stay a while and listen.
The
Well,
army's
you're not
triggers
staying a
once
while
held
and
the place
listen,
on
but thanks
lockdown.
anyways. I don't like these flowers. They're annoying. Ow. There we go. Flower's gone. But yeah, honestly, Matt, I would not
You might as
discount
well
the
pick them
other
where they left off.
disqualify the other games that Supergiant made just because you didn't really like
Blam!
Bastion.
Just like my fighting days.
Because
Gun
all of
like
them,
that
even though
used
they
to
do
put the
have a
wilds
similar
to
art
shame.
style, they're very different in gameplay, in my opinion. And well, this one does a lot of narration through the narrator that basically tells everything that happens on the screen. The other ones don't really have that.
Point Lemaine seen better days for
Transistor
sure,
actually has
but it
very
ain't
little
done.
spoken about it, but that is because of the story of the main character, who is one of my favorites of all time when it comes to character design and everything. And yeah, Supergiant games are pretty. Pyre is so far the one that I've had the most trouble with playing it. I almost finished it.
Whole place face shudders in a fit.
because of the fact
The
it's more of a
grand
sports
rail
game than
won't
anything
remain.
else,
Not only is it
in a
still
way,
there,
because
it
you
still
are
works.
playing a kind of a ball game.
Of course, it's no longer shipping hides and alloys and spices.
Those eyes are coming after me, aren't they? Yes, and that's a problem. Because they can make it
Just as
dark,
long as he can
and
stay
then I
clear
don't
of
see
the
where I'm
trouble on the
going anymore.
tracks.
And I need to hurry, or the map is gonna numb me. Bonk. Uh-oh. Oh, it's one of those. Go away. This is why I prefer having
Grand
the weapon
rails
that
all
of
blown
my
over with
choosing.
things of calamity chewed up and spat out. Things eager to take back their turf.
Because I don't like this gun. I mean, it does nice damage, but... Ah, crap, 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 crap. I need to run!
Kid lets a few
Ow.
of them slip by.
Oh, it's one of you guys.
Lunkheads
Ow!
settled in like they own the place.
Okay, that was a lunkhead that just jumped on me. That means I get only one more chance after this, so I should not die. Because if I die now, it's gonna be problematic. Let's grab some fruity thingies. Go away, you lunkhead. We don't like you. And I'll let my squirt take care of the little guy in the back. And to be fair, one of the best things for me about Supergiant games is the soundtracks.
Takes fancy footwork on the rail, what with wallflowers coughing fungus everywhere.
Yeah. Ow. These flowers are so annoying because they close once they get hit once. Ow. Yeah. Oh, for me, one of the best things is the stories of the games themselves. I've always found very interesting so far, and I love the soundtracks. Transistor is even a very, very big part of the story in a way. Because of who the main character there is. I'm being spammed with photos on my laptop. I'm sorry, people. I cannot watch what you're sending me right now.
Of course, the grand rails see much more fighting in bygone times.
Oh, that's
Near
why
on
she's sending
50
pictures.
years ago, first shots fired in the Ura Ceylon.
A friend of mine is currently at Disney. It looks like she's sending me pictures. I'm jealous. I want to go to Disney. No, not arrow sounds, just messenger sounds that I've got somebody messaging me.
It was right here that Zolf's Ura forefathers decided to mix it up.
Confused talking about fake things? You lost me there. Matt, what you mean?
Okay, so maybe we didn't get their sign-off on the whole Grand Rail thing. That was bad.
Some of these enemies are just so annoying. Ow! Narration says confuse things on purpose. The narrator is basically very much aware of what's going on and what will be
The
happening,
rail must have
and
shook the earth to the
he
bone
will
down in those
not
dens there.
necessarily mislead you, but do try and keep some of the mystery in the game.
Well, the rail won't last much longer now that the kid took the shard. It's still got one good
Ow.
run in store for it, though. All the rotten
Can we
wood
stop
there on
with the
the
poison
rails
flowers?
turned
We
into
do not
swamp
like the
weed
poison
central.
flowers.
Ever tried dancing side to
But there
side
is
while
actually a
holding your
plot to the
breath?
game. You actually get to make a choice at
I'll
the end of
choke
the
on
game,
swamp
even.
weed.
Based on what you
Just trying to prick you in the eye.
think about what's going on and what this world deserves.
Well, let me tell you, it ain't fun.
But we're not there yet. Where we are is in a very annoying spot though, with a lot of annoying flowers. And something fancy! And annoying burbs trying to murder us. Hi Stinkweed! We don't like you, because you're gonna murder me. If I don't watch
But
out.
then at last, it's the end of the line. You'll be picking swamp weed out of those boots for days.
Poison gone. Good.
Turns out he's got company at the rail station, waiting for him.
Ah! Frick. Ah. Can my spirit help me here? Because these flowers are being very annoying. Squirt, murder them. Having Squirt murder them works, it just takes a while. There we go, that's one down.
Not just another wallflower or pincushion like it.
And that's the second one down.
At first he thinks it's Zolf.
Oh, we
Turns
found
out
another
he's
person.
wrong. This is for you, says the man. Then wham.
Well, gee, they knocked me out and give me
When
a
the
letter.
kid comes to, the man's long gone. But something else is there.
A sealed note, a letter addressed to Zia. It appears to be written by Zulf, who must have found another Ura survivor to deliver the message. Maybe Zulf taught Zia enough of their native language to be able to read this.
The only words Kid recognizes
Let's
on
hope
that
so.
parchment are for Zia. Well, what's a kid to do? He took the shard, he took the hit, and he took that note.
Well, we didn't really have a choice there, but Ura once used battering rams in an attempt to smash the rippling walls.
That note cuts straight to the heart of things, don't it?
Well, let's dump the shard for a
It
second.
ain't too late to unlock the potential of this place.
And gives Zia her letter.
Finding
Oh, and we also
gourmet
found the stopwatch.
ingredients ain't easy these days, but we'll take what we can get. The note
Sealed
says it
note.
plain. Zia, go east to learn the truth about the calamity and our people. I'll be waiting. Sincerely, Zulf.
Zulf wants Zia to follow him. He actually destroyed the core here and
Zolf's messenger was one
tried
of
to
the people.
destroy the Bastion by doing
Wondered
that.
just how many of them survived, and what exactly Zolf told him.
Let's get rid of those. Right up.
That's the way to make every shot count.
Let's upgrade the distillery.
Just the occasion to crack open the distillery's private reserve.
Falling malt, reduce damage from falling. Black tonic capacity +2, steps in. Live wine. We'll stick with the ones we've got at the moment. Don't think I have anything else I can do at the moment. Hi, little beastie. My own personal ankle gator.
The shards are getting harder to find.
The Colford Cauldron shard detector. Here it simmers in the unstable area which once pierced the heart of the world.
Not everything blew up in the calamity.
We found
Why
another.
Colford Cauldron here blew up.
This
way
world
ahead
looks
of its
very,
time.
very dark.
The cauldron boiled over some 300 years
Ah!
ago.
Ow! Okay, you
They
are
say it
exploding
filled
flowers.
the skies with ash and the lakes with molten rock. If you wanted to survive something like that, you had to learn to adapt.
Okay, those thingies hurt.
So in a way, the beasts of the wilds, they're all
And falling
survivors,
off definitely hurts too. Okay, let's see. I really should not. Come on, destroy that thing already, because it's being very, very obnoxious. And these eyes are annoying
It takes
too,
a
but
certain stubborn pride to keep on living in a place like this.
luckily we have Squirt to take care of some of these
As
enemies.
for us, we learned an awful lot from Colford Cauldron. That learning led to some interesting inventions.
And now we have a
Raw power of the
flamethrower.
world fell right into our hands.
I don't like this weapon at all.
Sure, we dusted off a good many secrets out here.
I really don't like this fire thingy.
Better off not knowing.
And I'm stuck! Oh, yeah.
The unforgiving scent of sulfurous dirt. air so hot it sticks to your
These
lungs.
purple flowers on the middle of the road are very annoying. Makes them very hard to... Go away.
All sorts of awful things crawling underfoot.
I mean, this fire thing does do quite a bit of damage.
You can cook those things, but you can't eat them.
Especially plants don't like these kind of weapons, of course.
We kept on sifting through.
But I don't like this weapon. So I'm sorry, but we're going back to our machete. And now you're officially awake. Hello, Day. Welcome, welcome. Good to hear you're awake now. Fed just woke up as well.
Ash we swept aside, the more life we found.
You came to watch me fail.
Places inhospitable as they come.
Can you not?
But still we pressed on.
Birdies, go away. We don't like you. There we go. But welcome, Day. Last night was a bit of shit show both for you and for him. Well, I don't know what happened after I went to bed. He didn't tell me yet. I am playing this on PlayStation, yes. I got myself a capture card last week. It arrived, if I'm correct. Should try out how that works, and I'm actually quite happy with it.
After all,
Plus that it makes it so that people can use my sound alerts and everything as well. So I would not know how this plays with mouse and keyboard, to be fair. If this would be any easier or more annoying. I'm being told that on mouse and keyboard it plays just fine as well. There we go.
look down through all the smoke and flames.
I don't like these plants, they take too long.
We saw in there the heart of the
I'm just gonna ignore some
the
of them
heart
for a bit.
now laid bare by the calamity.
Something tells me I need to go back anyways.
As for the kid, he just has to get that shard out of there. Too bad taking that thing woke up every last stink eye from here to Charleston Bog.
You saw I replay a lot of games as usual. It depends on the game, to be fair. Right now, on Fridays, so far, yes, they have been replays. On Saturdays, they are at the moment first playthroughs. I've started that store last Saturday, and that is a completely new run for me, the first time ever. Also because the game just came out. And I will be doing that mostly on Saturdays. On Fridays or other days of the week, it will just depend a bit on what game is at the moment a game that I feel like playing. But I do have some games that I've replayed over and over again, definitely. Usually those are just games that I really enjoy a lot. Can we stop it with these annoying flowers?
Kid's thinking he's got to trek all the way back around the cauldron.
I had to go all the way back. Okay, then we're just gonna ignore these flowers because
Luckily, the cauldron
have
hooked
them.
up a little shortcut for him. Sure, it ain't the most convenient path.
Yay, Skybridge!
Biggest stink eye.
You only replayed one game in the last 10 years. Okay.
Open on him like a pimple on a school day.
Yeah, like so for me it depends a bit on the game and stuff.
There's always
But
more.
there are definitely games that I do replay from time to time just because I enjoy them so much. And Supergiant games are definitely along that list of games that I kind of also just want to replay on stream to share them with people. Because I think they're really great. And with Hades now getting lots of love, I think the older games should also get some love. To show that Hades is definitely not the only thing that they made, and that they do make some other really, really great games as well. Ow, ow, ow. Oh yes, those flowers, they explode, that's true. And we have another stinkard. One more hit on it, and it's gone. There we go. Ow.
With a good spyglass, you can still see the cauldron from the city.
There we
But all
go.
the fires died out. There's nothing left of it.
I think everyone quite knew about Supergiant games. You think that some still haven't heard about them before Hades. I'm very much aware of people not being aware of Supergiant games, actually. There are
He
quite a
comes
few people
back
that we
looking
know
like
that
the
never heard
inside
of
of the
Transistor
chimney.
or Bastion. Pyre, I can kind of understand that people might not have heard of it because of it being quite a niche game. But Bastion and Transistor, a lot of people are still very much in the dark about those as well. Especially people that tend to just play AAA games, I guess. Which I used to be one of. I have only started
The
playing a
shard
lot of
works like a
indie games
charm.
for last year
You
or
hear the
so.
monument's
Year
heartbeat
or two,
again.
I think. Although Bastion has been a bit longer already.
The
Let's upgrade
memorial
this
may
one.
be finished, but our part is far from over.
Oh, we have more challenges we get to do. What brought me to play more indie games? I think Gamescom? Seeing some of them over there. And definitely Fish and Cactus and Nanotale and Happy Story. I've seen Nanotale for the very first time
Arrives
at the
just in
last time
time to
that there was a
sample
Gamescom.
Zia's famous cooking.
And I really liked the idea, so last year, I think it was last year at One Up, which is Belgium, a small game conference in Belgium. Nanotale was there as well and actually got to play it there because at Gamescom there were way too many people waiting for it in line. And that was actually the year before that even.
He wolfs down too much too fast, and it all goes to his head.
And I really enjoyed it, and through the Nanotale early access, coming in contact with the guys from Fiction
Said
Cactus
a lot
make me
about the
realize as
kid,
well that
but he ain't
there
the only
are
one wrapped up in all
so
this.
many developers out there as well that make amazing games like Fishing Cactus. And sure, AAA games are great as well, but they get plenty of attention, and indie games do deserve a lot more love. So with the idea now of starting to stream, I was like, I have two choices. I can either try and follow all the big trends and play the latest, newest
What's he
games that have
thinking?
come out
Let me see if I
and
got
go with
this
these,
straight.
or I
I
can
only heard it
try
once.
and slowly grow and get people to notice that there are other things than AAA games out there, like the indies, of whom a lot of the developers are actually also really nice people that love to interact with their fans, with their community.
Once there was a normal Ura girl, but she wasn't born in the Tazzle terminals like the rest of her people. She was from Ceylondia.
AAA games have no new ideas, no new gameplays. AAA games try, but a lot of the big companies do tend to have one or two ponies that one or two trick pony games like that they use a lot, and then besides they do try different things, but usually they're not that well known from what I've seen. But and like Fed is saying next to me, that the AAA games, they know what brings in the money, and trying to do something new can actually, you know, be too risky in their eyes. And yeah, that does sometimes make them go for the safe route. Whereas indie games, a lot of them do take those risks because they might not, have that same stigma attached to them. As in, they can basically still do what they want because people don't really expect a certain thing of them. Although you can see that with Fish and Cactus already, even though they're not that big or anything, people do expect them to make typing games in the same vein as Epistory. When they made Nanotale, a lot of people were like, yeah, but it's not Epistory 2. No, because they didn't want to make Epistory 2. They just wanted to make another typing game because people asked for it, but at the same time try something new with it.
Her folks
A
were
new
orphaned in
story,
the
a new
war,
main character, and
taken in and
everything.
raised inside the city, on condition they would never return
And
to
that
the
can work out
terminals.
really well, or that can go bad very, very quickly. I mean, some of the some of the games that I do still adore playing are AAA games, so I'll
Ura
definitely keep playing
refugees who
those as
came into
well.
the
But
city had to stay for
for
life.
streams, I will
Was the way
try
to
and focus
reduce
a
the
bit
risk
more
of
on the
city
smaller
secrets
unknown
leaking out.
games or indie games, because I think they do deserve a lot more love as well. Although I have noticed that with this past year, there is a lot more people, it seems, that have started doing that. So people have had to, find other things to do than always the same thing. So indie games did get quite a bit of a new surge of new players last year.
The mama passed away from birthing complications, leaving the girl trapped inside that city with no one but her father.
I don't like you, big flowers. Go away. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die because I no longer have any potions. But that's okay. This is a memory thingy that we're in. Which are basically made mainly for getting more currency to buy new upgrades and stuff.
Her father was sharper than a brusher's pike, so he got a
And it
job
also
working
helps
for the
with
city's
leveling.
manses. His daughter barely saw him.
But I have to admit that in the end, what draws me to a game is probably first and foremost an art style and a good story. After that, definitely the gameplay will come into play as well, because for instance I've played Glyph on stream on the day of release. Even though I love the art style, love the idea of the story of that game, I just suck at the gameplay very, very badly, because it involves way too much jumping, and I'm just no good at that at all in any game.
The father told her
For
nothing
you,
of
it's
her
new
good
ideas that bring you
heritage.
to a game.
He
That's
told her
fair,
nothing
but
of the Mansers.
it's
Before
getting
he
harder
could
and
do what he
harder, it would
said.
seem, for games to actually come with something new. For you, it's mostly just the game looks good and has gameplay you're familiar with, then you play it. That's fair enough as well, I guess.
She
In the
took
end,
to studying
everybody
the
goes to
arts,
a game
learned more
or
from music than
whatever
history
hobby
books,
they have, not
gained a knack
necessarily
for
just
string
gaming for a
and
different
song.
reason, and there's... I don't like birds. Go away with your birds. Game, we don't like the birds. Go away with birds. Sorry. I'll reply in a
Lost
sec.
my train of thought there.
What I've seen of 12 minutes, it didn't really look like that of a new kind of gameplay. Because in the end, it is one of the many, many, many loop games that are coming out now.
At
But I
first,
could
she
be
tried
wrong.
to
I
be
mean, I
like
haven't
other
played it yet.
girls, but her classmates spread
96
word
Road
that her
I've only
father was a
heard
great
of.
trader, selling out the
Same
city.
with Return of the Obra Dinn, so I would not know. But I do notice that there is a lot of trends going at the moment with roguelikes and other loop kind of games, where the game loop basically is, in the case of 12 minutes, is a 12-minute loop that repeats over and over again. Which in its own is not really new either, because Majora's Mask, for instance, already did that as well from Zelda. Or at least that's what I got from the gameplay trailers. I could be wrong, of course. Like I said, I haven't played them yet. So far, the only game that actually really, really surprised me in the last couple of years has to be It Takes Two. That has been the first one where I was like, this shouldn't work, but it works because of all the different gameplay elements that they yoinked it from other games, but they throw it in a mix and they made an amazing game out of it. I do also have to say that a lot of those loop kind of games don't really interest me either way, so the chance of me ever playing 12 minutes is quite low. Although I have been looking into Dreamscaper. Why It Takes Two was for me one of the games that actually stood out. It's just the way they looped it all together and the way they mixed stuff that shouldn't work together. I've never played Brothers, so I couldn't make that comparison, so that's definitely possible
One
that
young
it's
man
very
stood up
similar
for
to
her,
Tale of True
or so
Brothers,
he led her
but
to believe.
like I said, I
He
haven't
knew much
played
of
it.
her
For me,
heritage, and she grew fond of him.
or that was it, Brothers: A Tale of Two Sons. But then again, it is the same studio, if I remember correctly. So them going back to what they know isn't a weird thing, because a lot of studios do that. Okay, so I'm gonna need to shoot you with. Now I don't have my stabby stabby stab. I don't like these creatures because you need to get close to them before you can actually try and hit them. Yeah. Yeah, like I said, it's possible it's not for me. It was a completely new way of doing things because most other games they use one style or another, or but that is based on my experience with games. I know there is plenty of games out there that use the same kind of things. Probably I just had never encountered one before, which made it special for me. But yeah, like I said, not having played anything like that before doesn't mean that doesn't exist. But if I look at a lot of games nowadays, it's either roguelikes or loops that just repeat and repeat and repeat, which is sort of roguelike as well. Because that is very popular at the moment, and a lot of studios fall into that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Come on. I hate that I don't see your health. Ow. I don't have any health potions anymore. This is problematic. As if I get hit one more time, I'm dead. And I'm pretty sure he's close to death as well.
Well, I digress.
Like I said. That's an extra thing. Main stuff is always AAA shooter games and Battle Royale. Nowadays, there's also a lot of roguelites going on, and shooter games, yeah, they will always keep coming back, just like sports game and Battle Royale is sort of popular. Everybody seems to be trying their hand at it, but only a few are actually succeeding at it, if you think about it. But yeah, I guess we'll just agree to disagree on that, I guess. And there's nothing wrong with that. At the moment, I've seen quite a few messages as well of studios trying to bring back RTS games. So I'm very curious on how they are planning on doing that. But that's definitely a thing that seems to be happening as well. I've heard now about 4 studios at least. Some indies, some bigger ones. Well, some new ones started up after people leaving bigger studios. That they just really do want to try to bring the RTS games back as well. And that is going to be definitely a challenge. There is quite a few studios that are now also working on their new reiteration of old games, and we'll see where it goes. RTS, but Age of Empires still strong these days. Yes, Age of Empires. There is the new one slash remaster. Kind of forgot which one of the two it was. That's coming end of this year as well. But yeah, StarCraft is actually still having quite a bit of a following as well, but only like the really really big players that know exactly what they're doing. And as a newbie, just PvP with those is just nigh
We
to
spotted a
impossible
pecker
if you're
carrying a
not good at
shard
it.
to Mount Zan.
That's a proving ground. That's the one. I've really, really always liked Age of Mythology, and I did used to play some Civilization back way, 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 way back, but it was the first or the second one.
Can't
The
rightly
ones that
call
came after
Mount
that I
Zan
really
a
did
mountain
not
anymore.
like. And in general, simulation games are not my thing anymore. Same with
There's no
RTS.
more mountains
If
now.
I get to play
There's
against
no place
myself or
left for
against
beasts of the wild
NPCs,
to
I'm
go.
fine, but don't make me play other players because it's just not gonna happen. Okay, this is kind of annoying that I can't see where these lunkheads are. Ah,
Good thing for those beasts the Calamity saved leftovers. We only found their little lair because they found themselves a little shard.
this level is kind of annoying. I guess enemies can't see me when I'm between the bushes, but I can't see them either.
The creatures of the wild, they've been building a bastion of their own.
Or see where the road leads, because apparently not there.
But they ain't yet prepared for any company.
But aside from the arts, what's your opinion on Persona 5? Honestly, I haven't watched that much, but it looks like any other JRPG to me. The parts that I did see.
Best thing we can
I've
do
played
for
my
those
fair share of
beasts
some
right
of the
now
Final Fantasy
is put 'em
games,
down,
especially the
quick and
older
clean.
ones, and it works. Definitely is a gameplay style that works, and if you do it well, and in some games they really do it well, it doesn't bug me at all that it is indeed the same gameplay over and over again.
There's only one kind of mercy left these days.
Did I just get the rocket launch? Well, sort of rocket launcher.
Look at it this way. It's either them or us. But if we win,
These things are just shooting at each other. Well, that's handy for me.
everybody's game, not just ours.
There we go.
Unfortunately, there's no explaining that to a simple beast.
This is annoying.
Those
I'll play with
beasts been hard at
perspective
work
now, aren't
fixing
we?
up the place.
Bonk. Okay, I have to say that this thing does do quite a nice bit of damage. There you go. The RPG element of the Persona series is only when you're in the metaverse, so the rest is just trying to rank up your Arcana's confidence.
They've rounded up their survivors, just like we have.
Ow, come on. The perspective here is a bit off and a bit annoying. There we go.
They've been searching for cores and shards, just like we have.
Bye, bird. Haha. This weapon does have a nice AoE damage thingy, it looks
Maybe
like.
they've thought about turning back, just like we have. We just
Ow.
really need their shard. Kid got it fair and square.
Really, game? You gonna do like that? Oh god, this is annoying. Okay, this does kill them with one hit with that weapon.
Ain't no easy way out of this mess.
No, there is not an easy way out of this mess. Definitely not.
That's the way.
There we go. But we got it. And that means we get to go
Ain't no easy
back
way
and
out
face
of this
blind
mess.
into the Bastion.
Don't you worry.
So for some reason, if somebody uses one of the sound alerts for the first time, it gets done twice. If they use them again, it only does it once. Why you do
We'll all be
these
better
sound
off once
alerts?
the
You're
Bastion
being
is
very,
complete.
very weird. Something in the mailbox? Nope, nothing in the mailbox. Nothing to talk to them about either.
The monument's getting better. Zolf sure did a number on it, though.
We'll get the monument fixed. No worries.
We need an awful big lost and found under the circumstances.
Yeah, we're not gonna buy anything there at the moment. Oh, you wanna show me that nice new weapon? I actually might stick with this one for a bit, because it does do nice damage. I do need to watch out with... there we go.
That mortar's gonna leave a lasting impression. At least it won't get cold round here with that thing around.
Oh, I don't have enough coins for that. Oh, we can move on.
Just a couple shards left. The quarry's gotta have one, right?
The Bastion Quarry. Once there were many such treasures in this key source of Colombia's wealth.
Imagine everything you'd need to build a city like Zealandia. It takes hard work and planning, and it also takes Bastion Quarry.
Go.
The Ura tunnels beneath the quarry must have softened the blow from the calamity. We bought the whole place from the Ura on the cheap.
And we found a new enemy,
For its natives, Rattletails.
which runs away from me.
Why would the Ura put up with those pests?
Yeah, this mortar is
Rattletails ain't the worst of it
very much
either,
improved.
But more about that in a little bit. The quarry came with a lifetime supply of windbags. Windbags small.
We're finding more windbags, aren't we? Yes, we are. Oh, he's apparently friendly.
Not only are these rocks a source of life, we found that the oldest ones remember things.
Have you?
They record everything all the time, taking it all in.
I think I just did something that I was not supposed to be able to do. I think I might have a problem in a bit, but we'll see. But his windbag is actually
No
friendly
wonder
as
all
well.
those beasts were drawn to the quarry. The rocks were calling them.
It's so weird why it does that with some people and why it doesn't do that with everyone. The fact that it doubles the noises.
Keeping the quarry free from pests turned out to be a problem. Rattletails
I have
kept
really
tunneling
no
in
idea
to
why the
snack on
thing does
windbags.
that.
Without those windbags, the quarry might not have its special qualities. Even stink eyes started taking root in here. Now, why would the Ura sell off such a
No,
fantastic
just Set is
place?
neither, and for him it also played twice.
The Ura always were a superstitious lot.
So that can't
The
be it.
gods told him the quarry's bad news.
Because he's not a moderator or a nope. That works. Yeah, I've also been trying to figure it out. I basically gave up because
In any case,
whatever I
it's fair to say
try,
the
sometimes
quarry
it
was a
does it,
godsend.
sometimes it does not. And with Zed,
Those
he played
rocks,
the same
all
sound
polished to
twice.
a
The
new
first time it went
machine.
double, and the second time it did not. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't know.
The largest ones, you know as cores. A single core could keep the lights on in an entire city district.
There's a big thingy. I almost fell off. Oops. Does it allow me to go where I want to go? Not this way, at least.
The smaller ones,
Ah, there we go.
we call them shards.
There we go.
A shard's got a fraction of a core's power, enough to fuel a voyage to the motherland.
Doo-doo.
Well, now the quarry's all dried up. These rocks are much too young to be of use.
There we go. Got rid of that lunkhead. Yep, I like this
Remember how I
mortar.
said
It's a bit
Rattletails
annoying to
ain't the
use here and
worst
there,
thing in the
but
quarry? That honor goes to a beast we took to Colin, Sir Lunky. Massive things stomped many of our boys. We just couldn't get rid of him.
Yeah.
You never could get stubborn old monkey to
Hey,
leave
that's
the
him
water
down.
alone.
That was maybe slightly too easy with a mortar. Something
Then the kid hears a
coarse.
voice calling from down the hall. Are you alright? It says.
Yay, we got past that annoying one.
It's him.
Is that Zulf?
I've come to warn you, he says.
We don't like you, Zulf. Ask Zulf why he left the Bastion. What happened back there between you
The
and
Bastion
Rux?
is under siege. Let it fall.
You
You should not go back.
Why not? I cannot do that, you know this.
Kid hears him, but he ain't about to be deterred.
Exactly.
If that's the way it is, he says, then I won't stop you.
I'm guessing Zulf is not coming back. Doesn't seem to
Because
be
my
happy
countrymen will.
what we're doing, and his countrymen will be coming back there. That's sounds problematic. Zulf discovered the origins of the calamity after decoding the journal Zia got from her father. So it looks like Zulf does know what's going on exactly, but is just
Say
not
what
sharing.
you will about Zolf, but he's a man of his word. His countrymen don't much care for pleasantries, though. Too bad for that.
Seems I'm
Zolf
completing a
showed
few
them the
more
way here,
of the memory
and
thingies.
here they came to take revenge.
My short, you're not getting it.
They got inside the Bastion and shut the door. Kid's gotta go in through the back.
Okay,
I
apparently you
should have
need to
told
take
them
another
sooner
route.
about all this. To make matters
Harp.
worse, seems the Ura took the girl.
Oh no, they took Zia. I do not agree with that. Zia is innocent. Why would you do this? I just got her instrument back.
Unfortunately, they broke in and they started digging their holes. Something wrong sprung out of those holes, and it's eating away this place. We tried to stop them, but we needed help. The Ura think they got him. They're wrong.
Yep, that was quite painful. I'm happy the ankle gator that's here is actually mine. And he's helping me.
Our little squirt. He don't make it.
So I would have to fight that one as well at the same time. I would be screwed.
Somehow, some way, he sends those Ura packing. Problem is, it didn't matter. Zolf's plan worked.
Hey.
We find each other as the dust settles.
They took away Zia.
Then I tell him why the Ura came. To get us back. For the calamity. It was Ceylandia's master plan to wipe the Ura out. But part of that plan backfired, didn't it? If only Zolf knew the whole story.
Caused sighting from this Bastion. Where's Zia? Did you see what happened
What
to
were we
her?
to think? They must have got her, taken her back to her rightful home.
So the calamity that, well, destroyed our own little world as well. The Colombian area also destroyed. Well, was meant to destroy the Jura only. But what they did is block me off of everything that I've got. As in, I can no longer use any of my upgrades. Well, get to any of my upgrades. Can I still place the shard that I just got?
The shards can put this disease in remission, but there's only one cure.
Oh,
We need
yay.
to finish what we started.
That did help. Can still upgrade this. Yes, we can.
Seems the gods recommended this place to all their friends.
So we have 2 more gods that I can invoke now. To make the game more difficult.
Now all we need is one last shard.
But I'm usually not that
the culture,
much
a
into
still
doing that.
life of old unwanted keepsakes.
The mercy.
The mercy. The windbags ain't the only beast that drew a bad lot.
Which one is this?
The wilds were their calling.
These are basically all challenges you can
complete
while playing.
We can rebuild.
Okay.
I've asked a lot of the kid, but this is something he's done on his own.
Let's see if we can get some more upgrades for any of the weapons I'm actually using. Yep. Not this way, at least. But we have access to our lost and found again, so...
It wasn't fixed. It was unbroken.
Something burnt, yes please. And something sharp, yes please.
Suppose it's true a little song can put things in perspective.
Yeah, we got the gramophone.
Points just don't get any sharper
crit
than
chance
that.
higher.
Taught him an old trick from a galleon
And be a
gunner
bit faster with aiming. Could be nice and handy. Still no mail. Well, that sucks. I have a mailbox and we never get any mail.
Swooped down from the east. At least now we know the way.
Urzendra Gage, shard detected. Zul's agents must also want the final shard, knowing it is key to undoing the harm they caused. So here at the Bastion symbolizes Salondia, which they now know brought the calamity upon them.
One last shard. It's all we need to put this mess behind us. And mother, what a mess it is.
And the kid was completely unaware of all that happened.
A mess like that could have only been made by hand. Zolf said the calamity failed, and he's right. The Uras stand as living proof of that.
My god. Did you drop nothing? But we're apparently getting close to the last shard. Yep. Okay.
At the heart of the calamity was a simple idea. We never wanted to go to war again. Wanted to rule it out.
game? Do you have to put vines in my way?
We put a lot of folks against that problem. Scientists, soldiers, spies, even me.
There we go. That's better.
We sought solutions far beyond the city.
Interesting.
Travel near as far as the gate's going right now.
It's taking me from one zone to the next. Yay, lots of shards. What does the game want of us though? I know I'm a bit confused as to this area. Making me change from thing to thing so fast.
Most of our
Does it
efforts
just look
didn't
like
bear
I can rush forward and then ignore all the
Then there
enemies
was
as
a
well?
breakthrough, but it didn't come from one of our people.
Oops. Alright now. Alright. How dare you? Almost think this is some kind of Europe place.
It came from an Ura, a brilliant young scientist named Ven.
So the Euro created.
Ven worked for the Mancers, the sharpest knives in the city's drawer. With his help, the Mancers devised a way to seal the Ura tunnel shut in a flash. Just like that, every last Ura living in the Tassel terminals will be gone.
They were literally waiting for him to wake up. That's a weird strategy. Just sit next to somebody that's sleeping while hoping for them to wake up so you can attack them. I mean, it's cowardly to attack them while they're sleeping, but if you really want them dead.
This discovery was never to be used, they said, except as a last resort.
Mortar for the win! I think I found my new favorite weapon in this game with that mortar. Level up. Yay!
But Ven didn't like being manipulated. He had plans of his own.
Oof.
He sabotaged the Mancer's little science project, set it to blow up in their faces.
It's a bit cold and windy up here, I have a feeling.
Imagine how Van must have felt when they finally made him pull that trigger.
Oops. Go away.
We're lucky to be alive.
Oops. I was not looking at my screen for a second. Oopsie.
But remember,
I should
the
not look
Bastion
away
can
when I'm
fix
walking over
everything.
tiny
We
pots
just
like
need that
this.
shard.
Ow! How dare you? My shark. No!
Too bad the Ura ain't exactly been willing to collaborate on that front. For now, Kid had little choice but to pick up where the Calamity left off.
Sheesh. Those beasties were annoying. And let's go through the
First
skyway.
things first, though. There's someone we figured needed rescuing. Zia.
Yes. We need to get Zia back. Yura escaped with the final shard, knowing the Bastion will never recover without it. Yeah, not getting that last shard is kind
The
of
Ura
problematic.
fell back, no doubt planning the next move. But we knew ours already.
Still nothing in our mailbox. Nope, still nothing in the mailbox. Not interested in any of those. Don't really use them.
The conscience. We haven't lost everything, long as we have that.
But that does mean I can put another potion here.
Black rye is like hot pineapple chowder on a cold day. Brings back memories. There's something we had to do before going after that last shard.
Zoltan's Hollow. Oh, Zia detected. The Yura launched their assault on the Bastion from this outpost. Zia must be here. I hope so, because I want Zia back. Because I really like Zia.
Well, now it's personal, ain't it? It's personal for him, and it's personal for me. They never saw him coming.
Calamity Cannon.
Package
There we go.
It's a little something I've been fixing up in my spare time.
You basically have a rocket launcher now.
Dara found a way to
these
keep
four
the Calamity
anchors,
spreading
whatever
from
they are.
Sultan's Hollow.
Can we go in now? No. Made this path appear.
They got their own security and
Okay.
everything. Pretty fancy even. Still, they ain't used to having visitors around.
He tried
They've
to
got
run
these
away.
conductors that are all what's keeping the place together. Break enough of those things and the calamity rocks slink back into the ground.
And once those rockets lock onto somebody, it seems to follow them, sort of. I have no clue which way I need
Well,
to
the
go.
Ura must be in a panic right about now.
That's ours. Ah, we'll stick with the rocket
They
launcher for a
even
bit.
sick their
It's
little
kind of fun.
rattletail pets on the kid. Those rodents are just a bump in the road.
I'm getting a lot of points. Oh, currency. I forget what it's called. This currency thingies.
It's not the time to get reckless.
Well, I could also go here. I think that leads
Those
me.
rocks are like
No,
tumors,
it just leads
the
me
same
to.
kind the Ura planted in the Bastion.
A health potion and some more currency thingies. Not really necessary, but hey, can't hurt to have. Especially the health potions can't hurt.
By now, every Ura from here to the terminals must know he's in town. Kid returns their greeting tenfold. Most of the Ura's conductors are squared away in the middle of the hollow.
Yeah, this artichoke light plant is annoying, to say the least. Because they are. School for you is starting next week, so I need to work around your schedule. Yeah, I'll have to do that in September when I start back at school. 20th of September, my classes should start again. I do think I can keep my Saturday evening, and then the rest, yeah, I need to check what works best for me compared to school and stuff.
Those calamity rocks must be eating that place apart from the inside.
Now, stop aiming for those. Yes, you guys can go. There we go. That's better.
The Ura keep hanging on to that barricade. After all, their homeland's not much farther.
I love the Aurora Borealis that we can see underneath. Or something very similar to it, at least. So you'd almost think we're somewhere high up in the sky. Go away. I can shoot you too.
Maybe they know they've lost this. Lost to a kid.
Ow. What's over here?
Some of them are downright bewildered by what's happening.
And that works too, of course, our counters. Destroying these things seem to be getting rid of
They
some of the
underestimated
evil
us.
things.
Has pegged all wrong.
Seems to destroy the evil looking black rocks.
Yes, our people caused the calamity, but here we are trying to fix it.
Exactly. Kid is trying to fix the issue. So stop attacking me! I'm a good guy like you guys. I need to learn how to aim, cause damn I suck. Which is strange, because the game should be auto-aiming as well.
Shame the opportunity for civilized discourse is over.
Okay, then we'll use this one.
Suppose old Zolf should have got to know us better.
This map is quite big.
Maybe I should have trusted him and told him everything I knew.
And there we go.
Laura ain't
Ow.
pulling their punches.
Okay. There we go.
As the hour grows desperate, Laura bring out their big guns.
There we go. Some of them gone. And some more of these to destroy.
There's nothing standing in his way no more.
Pretty sure I'll come across some more
He sees
Euros,
the
but
Tassel terminals loom large on the horizon. All those dreams, snuffed out in the calamity, will bring back.
go away. Weird
Way out
bunny,
there on the
bird
edge of the
creature,
world.
whatever you are.
That's where he finally finds you. But it ain't like Prosper Bluff this time. Ain't nothing for
We
the scout
found
to see
Zia.
about now.
Yay!
Zia, You just had to see what happened to the Ura. To your own people.
Zia agreed to return to the Bastion.
You had to see if everything Zolf
Looks
wrote
like
to you
Fed
was
is
true.
setting up some stuff for his stream for tonight. He's gonna be adding some custom, channel point reward thingies, with which we can, one at the moment, with
Part of the
which
rippling walls
we as
floated by,
viewers can
so I
mess about
caught the
with him a
kid's
bit.
old knapsack.
If I understood, banning weapons was something that was gonna be added.
I don't need to see what happened to the Ura.
So if you want to see
Try not to do
Fedgen
it,
play
remember?
Cloak and Dagger, some Fedgen from Cloak and Dagger playing some Doom on the main channel, be sure to check that out later on. Yay, Zia's back.
Fixed that thing right up, didn't we? Made these goings-on a little livelier. Sure you didn't drop that twangy thing on purpose? Just to see if he'd go after you?
Pretty sure she
They
did.
lost everything, didn't they? But they just keep on fighting like that's gonna bring it all back.
Oh, we have a bed now.
It's hard to sleep easy these days, what with everything that's
Is
happened.
that also gonna bring us into one of those memory thingies? Yes. Which I don't feel like playing, so let's get out of there afterwards. Alright, away again. Should be able to.
Zolf, very soon the kid's gonna have to face that man again, for the last time.
Yeah, Zolf. Yeah, it's also one of those arena thingies. They're alright, but they're a bit annoying. I do know that a lot of people do like playing them to challenge themselves, especially with the god powers invoked. Which, I mean, it's a cool detail. Still have nothing in the mailbox. Nope, no mail.
The country, she's all the pieces now, but still looking good.
There we go. I think what's up next is trying once more
Once
to
the
get
kid
that
gets
lost
that last
shard.
from Zolf, it'll all be over.
The Tizal terminals, Zulf detected. He bides his time within the remains of the Ura's massive underground sprawl. Once you enter this area, there is no turning back. Are you ready? I guess I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Tia fled the Bastion when the Ura attacked to learn the truth of what happened to her people. So she did indeed not get kidnapped.
I can't hear him at all anymore. He's too far away. But he'll be alright. Just needs to get that shard from Zolf and come on home.
Oh, these are little bird rock throwing critters. They're just as annoying as the big guys, though.
The calamity hit the Tazal terminals hardest of all.
Not sure if I...
You know why Zolf went back?
Yes, if I remember correctly, we are very
Place
close
was
to
his
the
home.
end now.
All his old friends.
Because, like, the beginning of the level did say now as well that from this point, there's no turning back. Bye-bye. I threw him off.
Zolf must be there all alone, just waiting. You know what's funny? All we can do is sit and talk. Well,
They're already all gone. Okay.
all of us are waiting for a kid.
Habidi-bidi-boo.
Look
I was
around.
poisoned or something.
There's not much left to do here in Bastion, I'm afraid. So why not tell each other stories to pass the time, right?
And every time you get poisoned, you go deaf as well, apparently. So, yeah, that's why the music is fading at times. Ow. Okay, that's not good. 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 Oh, thank you for distracting them. That's better. Really need to make sure I can squirt with me when I can. Because he's very, very good in distracting everything. Aren't you, little squirt?
But Zia, there's another reason I've been telling you all this.
Coming after me if I move? Or are you gonna stay stuck behind that wall?
When the kid brings back that shard, the Bastion will be complete.
But we are indeed during the last part of the game. You're getting the last shard. And thank you for the follow. Always love seeing new followers. Just get rid of this annoying thing here.
This disease the era planted here will go away. What happens to Zulf
Ow.
no longer matters.
Go away, you little guy. Little enemies tend to be way more annoying than the big guys. Smaller targets. Ow!
We'll be whole again. Everything will be back to normal.
Oop. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Everyone will be alright.
I'm down to the last try, so I should really be careful now. Because if I die again, we get to do this whole level again. Yay!
Problem is,
Oh!
we'll all be
Whee!
gone.
Sylph returned to the Tazal terminals with the shard to await the fall of the Bastion. Not knowing that the kid is coming after
Well,
it.
we're not gonna
Or
die.
hoping the kid is not
It's
coming
more
after it,
like
I'm guessing.
all of this will just stop.
Okay. That was cool though. They kept doing that to me, and now I am the one that bonked them with one of their own sled thingies, whatever it is. Skateboards, hoverboards.
Things will go back to the way they used to be. This whole place is a living record of the times before the calamity. You follow me?
Oh yeah, I get. This is the first time you get this hop power. So far we could not jump yet.
You be your old self again. Think of all those times that didn't go your way.
And these ice thingies that are coming down are actually breaking the platforms I'm standing on, so that's no fun. Meaning I need to be very careful and indeed hop from place to place to make sure I don't fall down.
All of life's little setbacks. Imagine if you could have another go at them.
Oh! So yeah, that it will be happening now. If I am not fast enough, I will be falling off the map. Meaning I
Anyone you
basically need to ignore a lot of these guys, because else I will not get to the end fast enough.
everything you've ever done, you could do it over. And wouldn't that be grand? Wouldn't you agree? Well, I guess there's nothing more to say. Come on,
Ow!
keep your chin up.
Okay, so apparently this counts as a new area, because I just got 2 new chances again.
Who am I kidding?
Gotta grab all the tonics. Let's see, where do we need to go now? Uh-oh. The game is gonna make me do jumpy jumps, and
Look.
I'm so great at that.
There's something else. A confession. come I know so much about the Bastion? Well, I designed the place, but that's beside the point.
Don't make me jump so much, game. Why you do these?
There's one problem with a place that sets things back to a bygone time.
Okay, so there's nothing on you.
You can't test it. So you're probably wondering if the calamity happened already. What's to stop it from happening again after the Bastion does its thing?
I'm sorry for being silent, but me and jumping that requires utmost concentration.
The answer is...
Because I really do not tend to be good at it.
I don't know.
Zia's father Ven documented his work for Ceylondia's Mancers in a hidebound journal. So Zia's father is indeed the one that created the calamity.
Out of this mess. It's all right. I can tell. But why would you even want another way? Unless you wanted to stay here with us. Well, that's sweet and all, but I don't know if I can stick around.
Let's get every potion and thing that we can get, because we are getting closer and closer to that final fight.
The weight of the calamity. It's
And
on
we
our
got ourselves a
shoulders.
battering ram.
We can't just let it go.
Isn't that great? Bang the door open,
does
yes.
have another function, strictly speaking.
I can defend myself with this thing as well. Oh! Well, that's a very interesting one.
If ever the monument blew out, and we couldn't repair it, we could still evacuate. First, we'd round up as many folks as we could carry. Next, we'd detonate the cores, and we'd take off away from here.
I've got a battering ram and I ain't afraid to use it, critters, so go away. Leave me alone. Let me duty.
Heavy.
This weapon is bit OP against normal enemies.
Of course, that would mean no going back. Ever.
Then again.
But then again, that way all of us could leave the city. Together.
Bastion's auxiliary function was designed to enable a mass evacuation of Ceylondia's people.
You know Zolf and his countrymen won't be giving up that shard without a fight, don't you?
And we know they won't be giving up without a fight, but I have a battering ram and I'm not afraid to use it.
Zolf and the Ura. All they want now is to see the Bastion fall. Zolf dedicated his life to lasting peace between the Ura and Caelondia.
But I'm a bit slow with this thing.
He can't have imagined the city would try to wipe the Ura out. Zolf ain't lost every shred of decency though, has he?
And we found a shard. He loves that the battering ram is a literal ram's head made of stone. Yeah. Bonk. I think it's really
cool. He tried to
cool.
warn you about his plans. He tried to warn the kid.
But like I said, it seems a bit overpowered in a lot of ways. Except in speed, because speed-wise, I mean, come on, look at me. This is way too slow, people. But this is the only weapon, basically, I get to use now.
For Zolf, this ain't a personal matter. It ain't a simple matter of pride either. One thing's for sure. The
And
Ura
we've
can't
got our
be
last
happy that
shard.
the kid followed Zolf all the way home.
And they just murdered Solf. So now I have a choice to make. Either I abandon Zol's body and press forward with our battering ram that we just picked up. Zol's situation is hopeless and a distraction. His plan to avenge the Yura only brought more suffering. All that matters is the safe return of the shard. Or I could take Zolf, abandon the battering ram, and pick up Zolf's body instead. Zolf is badly injured but breathing. It appears his countrymen turned on him as their situation grew desperate. He nearly destroyed the Bastion, and yet. So I get to choose whether or not I'm going to be merciful to the bugger that tried to destroy my Bastion, or I am going to leave him where he is right now. And you know what? I like this battering ram quite a bit. Sorry, Zolf. You brought this on yourself.
Saved Zolf once, but I don't think he'd make the same mistake. I wouldn't. Don't you worry, though. Once the Bastion's restored, it'll all be alright. You ain't still thinking about that whole leaving the city thing, are you?
We just need to, fight our way across these guys. I don't have my big power anymore, so I can wackety whack him like that. Or I can do the stomp thing. And of course I can do still this. I can still protect myself with the thing. I don't seem to have a health bar anymore, which is kind of weird.
Kid's probably dealt with Zolt by now. It reminds me of myself when I was his age. I ever tell you about those days?
No, you did not, Rux. With the fate of the Bastion out of his hands, Rux passes the time by telling Zia stories. As he is indeed a narrator and a storyteller. Oh, I'm already
Hey,
past the
kid.
3-hour mark. But we're almost done with the game, so let's just finish
Get
this
up,
for the
kid.
stream. Bastion is in the immensely long game.
Come on, that ain't funny. I say get up.
I'm trying. Game won't let me.
That's more like it.
There we go.
Now, set that shard into the monument there. Then we'll talk.
And
The
our last
Bastion.
shard.
It's finally finished. Now, there's something I want you to see.
In the Calamity, the Tazol terminals were ripped out from underground and cast
Welcome
toward the stars.
to the heart of the Bastion. I ain't one for long goodbyes, so here's the deal. Zia and I figure you done the heavy lifting, so you get to do the honors. We can tell you how to work this.
I saved him the first time I played this game as well.
Hey, kid.
Will it feel like when the Bastion
You can undo
fixes
the
everything?
calamity here and now. Go on, kid. And before I forget, thank you. Always wondered what the motherland was like. Not that it matters anymore.
He still has something to say about
Zolf
some of
only
the stuff
brought
I
more
already
ruin
had.
to the Ura. No wonder they didn't take kindly to him. You've got one thing left to do, so you hang on to that badge. Besides, you earned it.
Let's talk to Zia for a second.
So, let's see. You can either prevent the calamity, or stick around with me and Rux. I hate to be in your shoes.
Yep, yeah, it's gonna be the choice I have to make.
If I could be any place I wanted, I'd stay right here. We could go anywhere in the world.
It's the only time you'll hear a different narrator
Tried
is
to talk
here.
me into joining him. I tried to talk him out of it. I guess we both failed. When I finally found my people, I told them we could help. They just took me for a traitor. Glad you showed up. Any moment I'd want to live again happened after the calamity, not before.
So, we now have a choice to make, either restore or evacuate. Restoration. Initiate the Bastion's restoration protocol. Caution, this process will restore to a previous world state and is irreversible. Use only as directed. Or evacuation. Initiate the Bastion's evacuation protocol. This process will cause irreparable damage to the core receptacles, disabling the restoration protocol. So basically, the choices I get now is to either restore the world to how it was before the calamity, or evacuate with Rux and Zia. From the conversations we had with Zia, it would seem that if we do use restoration, you go back to a point before the calamity ever happened. Which she doesn't want to, because everything that she loved about her life has happened after the calamity, aka meeting you and meeting Rux and being at the Bastion. And honestly, my opinion is that if you'd go for the restoration option, which totally is a valid option, but what would prevent it from happening again. Because if you just reset everything to the point before the calamity, doesn't that mean the calamity is just going to happen over and over and over again? So for me, this choice is actually fairly easy, and that's evacuate. Because people that just try to destroy each other don't deserve to live.
Oh, mother. And here I figured you'd had enough of me by now. You could have undone the calamity itself. But instead, you want to stay in a world like this. I gotta admit, kid, I ain't yet put much thought in that idea.
I just really like Zia.
With
So
you here,
the choice that makes her happy is the choice I make.
we can't go back no more. But I suppose we could go wherever we please. And if anyone's left out there, I sure would like to see the look on their faces when we dock this thing right on that doorstep. Getting ahead of myself, though. I'm gonna need a first mate. What do you say?
And that's the end of Bastion. I just love this song. I hope you guys enjoyed it though. I think that next time I might actually start on Transistor then. Because, well, for doing Supergiant games anyways, I'll play some more. But tomorrow I will be streaming some more Death's Door in the evening. I started that last week and I was really surprised actually that even though I died 24 times, was it? Yes, I did really enjoy it and didn't mind dying that much. Death's Door is a bit of a Souls-like game, but less punishing than games like Dark Souls or Bloodborne. But it still does take inspiration from them, and at the same time also has quite some inspiration from the Zelda games with the puzzling that you do in that game. Plus also gorgeous artwork, the jokes in the game are amazing. We found a crow last time that was complaining that he wanted another pandemic. So we were just looking at the screen like, well, that aged poorly, considering the situation the world is in right now. But for today, yeah, this is gonna be it. And I think next week somewhere I will be starting on Transistor then. Thank you everyone for being here. This evening we'll have Cloak and Dagger streaming some Doom for the first time. Did I have... I'm not sure if I had this set up yet or if that was one that I still needed to add. I think it's one I still need to add. Did I? Yes, I do. But if you join our Discord, you'll definitely be able to see when he goes live. It does look like indeed I need to set up a few more commands for my bot here. I'll do that later. Yeah, Cloak and Dagger will indeed be going live this evening at 8 PM CEST. So, yeah, around 3.5 hours more or less with some Doom. He has been setting up some more channel points reward thingy. So, look forward to that. So, if you are interested in seeing some Doom, make sure to go check him out. I will be back tomorrow evening with some Death's Door, like I said before. So if you want to see that, that's also going to be at 8 PM Central European time. apart from that, I don't think I have much to say apart from take care of yourself, stay safe out there, and see you guys next time. And maybe I can actually. Grunt is still live, I think. So let me see to be sure that I write his name right. Let's just go rate our buddy Grunt. I hope I'm writing his name right. It should. So yes, that worked out. So like I said, see you guys next time, hopefully tomorrow, and take care of yourselves. Bye!